So what's going on, do-it-yourselfers? Today we're dealing with an 07 Chevy Silverado, and we're going to be adding some stuff to the differential, the front, back, for positive traction. The customer wants us to add some Trans-X Posi-Trac limited slip gear oil additive. So we are going to do that today to the front and the back end here, and I'll show you how to do that. Now what I got with me, of course, is a breaker bar, 1/2 inch, 3/8, and I got some millimeter sockets. Now the back end should definitely be a 1/2 inch for the plug. Front end might have us an actual bolt on there, so we're bringing some sockets with us and get this started. Alright, I'm under the driver side of the vehicle here, under the front end, right under the driver's side door, and here is where your transfer case is. Now, this right here on the bottom is going to be your drain plug in case you want to drain all this out, add new stuff. Right here's your drain plug. This plug right here should be your filler plug. Now most of the time to check this, you could pull this filler plug out, stick your pinky down in there, make sure you don't get it up against the wall because you might actually get residue and think that it's got oil in it. What you need to do is stick your finger in there and dip it around without touching the wall of the transfer case and see if you get oil on your finger. Make sure it has oil in it. You want to make sure it comes right up close to about right below the bolt right here where your oil is, and you should be good. So, and those are both going to be an 18 millimeter. Now I broke this loose with my breaker bar. I'm going to turn this thing out using a 6-point socket because somebody has messed with this before and it looked like it was a little bit stripped. So you don't want to strip these things. These are an important part of your vehicle. And just unscrew this until it comes out. And you can stick your finger back in here in this little hole, or take your little clothes hanger to put back in there. See, I've got a little bit of residue, but I don't have actual oil down in there. So now we're going to add the Posi-Trac. Then of course you cut the opening in your tube and you go ahead and start filling this up. Now recommendations for this stuff is to drain your oil, to put this in it, and then put brand new oil back in it. But the customer wants it added straight to it, so that's what we're going to do. And we will level it off, and our job will be done. And then of course you tighten everything back up, put your plug back in it, snug it, don't over tighten it, clean up your mess, and then move on to the next one. Now as far as putting it in the hogshead back here, as you can see, here's your spare tire. Right there is going to be your plug. You stick your breaker bar in there, your ratchet, whatever you got to do it with, pop that thing loose, add it there. Now on this particular model truck, this is a 3/8 drive. You stick your 3/8 drive breaker bar in here, make sure it's in the plug nice and sound, and then break it loose. And do the same thing to this one. Check the oil level on it. Now of course I always recommend do exactly what the factory says to do, and if you're adding stuff like this to it, do it the way they tell you to do it. If not, you may not get results. Now that one does got a little bit of oil in it. It's probably down to about right here. So we're going to have to add some differential oil. But we're going to go ahead and add our additive here, and then we'll add some differential oil, level it off there, put our plug back in, and we'll be done. Once again, we will take our little tube here and we will squirt everything out, filling this up. And it's usually important to get best results to do what they recommend when you're putting this stuff in here. But whenever you're working for a customer and they want it done a specific way, you got to do it that way. So that's your own personal call, but always try to do it the way they recommend if you're putting a product in your system, or do it the way the factory recommends. And then of course once all that is added, your oil is all added the way it goes, you put your plug back in, and then you snug it back up, clean everything back up, and then drive it around the way it's recommended on the bottle. Check it afterwards for leaks, all that good stuff, and you'll be done. But if you like do-it-yourself videos, how-to videos, you like tool reviews, seeing the tools that's on the market, you just like watching people fix things, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I'm a backwoods mechanic. I do mobile repairs like you're seeing now, I do industrial repairs, I do boat repairs, I do automotive work, I do a little bit of everything in between. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. When we hit 1,101 viewers, I'm going to take some of the tools that I have reviewed on this channel, randomly pick some winners, send some tools, and help some people out. So go ahead and hit that link below, hit the like, the dislike, ring the bell, and subscribe.